What's going on, everybody? Rob A here, and today we're taking a look at Zoids Aggressive Mugen Liger. This is the third figure in the Zoids Aggressive series, so you can see it's ZA003, of course, and this is the Mugen Liger, which is the final evolution of the Murasame Liger from Zoids Genesis. Now, this is not a model kit for those of you unfamiliar with the series. This is a complete painted action figure. Well, hopefully it's painted. A lot of it's molded in the shade of plastic that it's supposed to be. So there's, there's paint apps on it. But yes, it is completely pre-built, fully posable action figure, which is pretty cool. I'm excited about it. This is the Mugen Liger. This is my second favorite Zoid, period. Second favorite Zoid. The first is Lightning Sykes. Mugen Liger is second on that list. I really do like him quite a bit. This is from Koto and Takara a co-op joint. So on the side you can see, of course, you've got the picture of the Mugen Liger here. On the back you can kind of see we've got some images of his different poses and things like that, different moves and whatever, not moves, just different accessories, different play features, I guess. Features, that's the word I'm looking for. And then on the side is just a window box you can kind of see in there and see his little face. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get this guy open right this second, and we will check him out. So let's go ahead and just pop the tape up here. Get this thing open. Pop him out of the box. There we go, and just like the other Liger figures, he comes packaged in its little clamshell inside with, looks like the instruction booklet is back here, and of course the blade, the second blade, a little tiny plug that goes into his tummy, and this will allow you to actually plug it into a figure stand. And then, of course, his tail, which is like a bendy wire here. So, pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and let him out of his clamshell prison, and then we will check him out in hand in just a moment. Okay, guys, here is the Mugen Liger. And as you can see, he is boasting some big swords. That's pretty sweet. We'll just kind of move this out of the way for right now. Let's flip this back. So the first thing I did notice when I took this guy out of the package is that his joints are nice and solid. I would not call them necessarily tight, but they are nice and solid joints. Actually, they're fairly, yeah, they're solid. That's what we're going with. No floppiness in his arms or legs, or I guess his forelegs or his back legs. There is one issue I will talk about in just a moment, but first, let's just take a look at this figure by itself, shall we? Close his mouth up. I just love the design on this, the silver and gold and white with the kind of darker accents. I just think it really does a great job of just capturing this beast. Look at that head. So nice, so slick, so cool. He has the same exact articulation as the other two, and while we're at it, let's go ahead and just get him in a picture with the other two. We've got Murasame Liger here, and Hayate Liger over here. I'll just pull this back a little bit, just so you guys can see. Whoop. All three of them looking really, really slick together. I'm very, very happy to have all three of these guys finally at last. Now all I need is a nice superposable Bio Tyranno that doesn't pop his little armor pieces off every time you look at him funny. But anyway, as I did mention before, the articulation is the same as the other guys. He's got this extending waist that you can bend up and down and then collapse it, to get a little more bit of a stiff kind of a midsection there. The rear legs are on dual ball joint. Well, there's a ball joint here And then there is a kind of universal pin joint that kind of goes all the way around back here. So you get pretty much any kind of pose you want out of this guy. He can lift his leg a little bit, but not like, you know, not like a dog can, but he gets some decent movement. He's got some a nice dual knee here, as well as the back foot also has a nice bend to it. And the best is the toes actually have that really great kind of swivel and ball socket that can go all the way back. You can see his feet are that nice dual tone silver and gold, and very, very nice and sharp, where the others were kind of squared off. He's got those really nice sharp claws on his back feet. Very, very cool. The forelegs are very much the same. The ball joint in the shoulder, in the body itself, and then the shoulder is the kind of pin hinge that can go in and out and rotate and get some really nice poses out of that as well. He does have a nice kind of weird broken in half leg there, but he also has the nice like dual elbow hinge, and he's got the same pylon little jackhammer thingies that the other guys also have, which, you know, that's cool. That's a nice little addition. But he also has that really nice deep claw slash going on, so that's really, really nice. This is basically, I think, the basic structure of all these guys is going to be exactly the same. You can see the belt, where on the original Murasame Liger this would house the Murasame blade, but on this guy it's just kind of decorative, fill in that gap there. He does have a wire tail with the dual blasters on the back there, very, very sharp pointy tail bits, and of course the nice big like exhaust or thrusters on his hind legs here. Very, very cool. The head does have some decent motion. The neck can go up and down, side to side. The head can also go up and down, side to side. I feel like it's on a ball joint. Looks like it's on a ball joint, but it's hard to tell. It does get obstructed a little bit just by the size of the mane, as it were. But he does, out of the three of them, he's got some of the best head articulation, I think. Just because the mane tends to flare out more than go straight back. He's got some really nice teeth in there. He can open up his mouth and show those off. And you can, of course, adjust his like beard spikes. Also, again, very sharp, very nicely painted silver. Or molded in silver, I'm not sure. It looks like it may be molded in silver, but it's a very nice metallic silver. You can open, of course, the cockpit here. Very nice solid joint on that. There's nothing, you can't really fit anything inside, but you can look in there, and that's kind of cool, I guess. Again, that mouth is so cool. Yeah. So articulation is really good. You can even adjust the spikes on his cheeks to kind of, you know, get out of the way, I guess, if you want to do something, or I guess to denote sadness. I don't know, he looks a little sad there, but I like him up and angry. Oh, it looks like they actually flare out a little bit. That's kind of weird. I'm not sure why they actually come out like that. That's a bit strange. Huh. I'm not sure exactly what to make of that, but I guess, I don't know. Like, I don't think they did anything like that in the show. I've seen Zoids Genesis multiple times. I don't remember anything happening with these. But I guess maybe it's just to get them out of the way if you want to do certain poses. I don't know, honestly. But you have that option there, of course. And then we get to the rear, or the back, I guess, of this guy. To the dual blades. You've got the shorter blade here, and of course the larger blade here. Very nicely painted with the wording on it. I don't remember what the words said, unfortunately. So this is my favorite and at the same time the weakest part of this figure, and I think that's really the biggest shame here. So you've got these the dual blades here, and they are superposable. You can move them back and forth on this. It's got a rocking joint here. You can kind of get these little arms in and out of the way. You can swivel them at the base of the arms. You can swivel them here at this cut here. You can swivel them at the blade itself, just the base of the blade here. You can swivel this piece in. This is squared off, so you can't swivel it past that point. But you can swivel it up, and then inside this housing, the blade also can rotate like so. And on this side, it's all the same, the base arms and everything, until you get to the blade itself, where it's got this longer housing, and it can extend out like so. And you've got that going on. So very, very cool. The only problem is, and it's kind of a big deal, is that this arm is not quite strong enough to hold up this sword in certain poses. And right now it's being nice because it's on camera, but you can see that it's drooping a little bit here, and unfortunately, like the more I mess with it, the more it wants to kind of droop around. So I've got to find a place that can kind of hold it. Unfortunately, because of the way that these are constructed, there's no visible screws or anything like that, so it's going to be very difficult to actually get in there and and tighten the joint. But hopefully I'll be able to kind of do something. If I can find out how it's attached and kind of just get in there with a little nail polish or whatever. And it looks like this might be a screw cover right here. So if I can actually get this piece off, I might be able to get in there and actually tighten up the joints or whatever. And if that's the case, I'll be a much happier man. But in the meantime, it is kind of a bummer that he can't hold a lot of his, like, a lot of the poses that he does in the show, because when he first transforms, he's like got these things out and he's roaring, and then they like swivel around and go onto his back and stuff. And if you get it just right, he can hold them all right. But just be careful, or else he'll actually it'll fall down like that. He'll be a sad panda. But underneath the Liger here, you can also see he does have the little spot for a figure stand, and I have one here. This is a Tamashii Stage 5 action figure stand for mechanics. You can purchase this a lot of places. Amazon has these for about $15. You get a set of 3 of these, and they come with little extender arms and all kinds of cool stuff. So that's really cool. And you can just plug that right into the bottom underneath this guy, and you can have them flying through the air with the greatest of ease. Which I'm not sure if I'm going to do. I think I actually like this guy just on the ground, just kind of roaring with his swords out. But we'll kind of have to see how I'm feeling, Maybe I'll do something kind of like this, and just do kind of a similar pose to the other 2, and just kind of see how that goes. So yeah, in the meantime, I'm going to see about actually getting into this little section and see if that is a screw cover, and if so, if it's removable, I'm going to go ahead and put some nail polish or just tighten the screw or whatever, but see if I can't tighten that up. But other than that one loose joint, this figure is absolutely brilliant. I love it. And I'm really excited to have a Mugen Liger that I can just pose and mess around with, and not have to like put together, not have to paint, etc., etc. And it just looks cool, and it's fun to mess around with. So yeah, very, very excited. So that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. It really does help me out. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more. There are more Zoids Aggressive coming out this summer and into the fall. We've even got a Geno Breaker, actually, and I believe a Blade Liger. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.